Okay, hi Year 12. I'm going to show you guys how to make Turkish Pide today. So in here I've got 1.5 cups of plain flour. It does say bread flour, but I don't have any bread flour in my house, so I'm just using plain flour. I'm going to add a teaspoon of yeast, because we want to put yeast in it to make it rise. I'm going to add a tablespoon, which is 20 mils of olive oil, and then I also want, better have a look because I can't remember, a 125 to 150 mils of hot water. So remember, half a cup is 125. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon of salt. Yep. Alright, I'm going to pour in my water and give my dough a good mix. Now remember, only use one hand to mix it because otherwise you get a big mess. This is a little bit dry, so before I totally mix it, I'm going to add a little bit more hot water, because I would rather my dough to be a bit soft, because I can always add more flour. But remember, if it's a little bit hard, I can't add more water. You know what I really love about these lessons is I actually don't have to tell anyone to be quiet, which kind of makes it fun. So I'm just mixing it, and then I'm taking it out on the bench and I'm giving it a nice knead to work the gluten to make sure that I get a nice dough. Okay, so I've given it a really good mix. So I'm going to pop that back in my bowl, and I'm going to cover it with some Glad wrap, and I'm going to let it double in size. So the yeast obviously is going to help it double in size, so it's a little bit nicer later. But this one I already made. So I'm going to take my dough out. It's a really nice dough, and I'm actually going to divide it into 2 pieces. Alright, so I'm going to roll it a little bit so it's kind of long. It's a little bit hard to see, but I will show you in a minute. I'm going to roll it one way, and then I'm going to roll it long ways, so it's a nice sort of long oval shape. All right. Then I've got a pizza tray that I've sprayed with a bit of spray, and I'm going to lay that on there like that. I'll pop it up there so you can see it a little bit. Now you could probably put a sauce on it if you wanted to add a bit of flavour. I haven't got the exact ingredients in the recipe, so I've kind of just going to make it up as I go with the ingredients I've got. So I'm going to put some spinach leaves on mine, like this. I've cut up some Kranskis, because I had some leftover Kranskis. So you can pretty much put anything in these. They don't have to be always exactly what the recipe says. I tend to make things up as I go along sometimes, and just use what I have in the available in the cupboard. And then what I'm going to do is I've got some feta, some nice smooth feta, and I'm just going to pop that over the top like this. And give my hands a little bit of a wash. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the ends in, so it's a little bit like a boat, I guess, and fold the other end in, and then I'm just going to fold that up and just push it around a little bit so it looks like a little boat like this. All right, so I'm going to put that in the oven for about 15 minutes on 180, and when it's ready I'll take a photo and I'll upload the photo with the video. Cheers!